RHS Pre-Calculus presents Andy the Angle. The goal is to convert between radians and degrees.
Once upon a time, there was an angle named Andy. Andy is 6 years old and is going through a curious phase. He has lots of questions and wants to know everything. One day, Andy was wondering how much his angle measured, so he decided to ask his mom.
Mom, how much is my angle worth?
Andy's mother measured him and told him the angle measured pi over 6 radians. Andy wasn't sure. He had never heard of a radian before, so Andy decided to ask his father.
Dad, how much is my angle worth?
Andy's father measured his angle and told him that it was 30 degrees. Andy was very confused. How could he measure 30 degrees if he measured pi over 6 radians? When Andy asked his parents, they said they didn't know, although each parent was convinced that they were the one who had measured him correctly.
He had 30 degrees. I measure him with my protractor, and my protractor is never wrong.
No, I know how to measure him, and he is pi over 6 radians.
Andy decided that he would go to his professor for help. When Andy asked him who was correct, his professor laughed.
Ha. They both are correct, Andy. Degrees and radians are both a form of measurement. 30 degrees are equal to pi over 6 radians. Just like centimeters and inches, degrees and radians are different ways of expressing the same value.
Andy was still very confused.
Here, I'll show you using math. To get from degrees to radians, or the other way around, you have to use a ratio. 180 degrees are equivalent to pi radians, so we use the ratio 180 over pi, or pi over 180. We will start with radians to degrees. Your mother said that you measured pi over 6 radians, so we will start with that. Then we will apply our ratio 180 over pi. In this case, we will use 180 divided by pi, so that the radian unit will cancel. Now you multiply to get 180 pi divided by 6 pi. This fraction can be simplified. First, you can cancel pi. Then you can divide 180 by 6 to get your final answer, 30 degrees.
Oh, so they are equal. Both of my parents were correct.
But don't stop there. You should always check your answer. To do this, you can convert 30 degrees back to pi over 6 radians. For this conversion, you must use the ratio pi over 180. This way, the unit degrees will cancel. Now you can multiply to get 30 pi divided by 180. 30 divides into 180 6 times, so you can simplify this fraction to pi over 6 radians.
Now I know my angle now.
I told you so.
No, I told you so.
And they all lived happily ever after, and Andy never had to worry about the difference between radians and degrees again.